What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see behind me, I am building a new studio for this YouTube channel because I'm just sick and tired of having a boring white background with no personality, no flavor. So I decided to spice things up, and it's still a work in progress. Mind you, I'm not gonna get into the whole theme of what this means just yet. I'll save that for a later video, but just know I will be buying characters from movies that have resonated with me throughout my life and adding them to the collection behind me. And starting with today, the first member of that collection, Sam, which is related to the movie I'm going to talk about today, but I will be unboxing that later in this video, so stay tuned. Which, by the way, I hope to God this is Sam, because if this is not Sam, holy f***, I'm going to be so disappointed. I'm going to be so... This better be. I hope I didn't order anything else. And of course, the movie I'm talking about is Trick or Treat, or Trick or Treat, however you want to say it. Now, full disclosure, I saw this movie for the first time this October. I know as a horror fan, you must be like, Enzo, how did you just come around to this movie? This is a classic. Now, in my defense, there are a couple reasons why I haven't come around to this movie. One, it didn't get a theatrical release. I've never seen a trailer for this movie. Literally, the only reason why I know this movie exists is because I saw Sam on the DVD cover at Blockbuster, okay? The good old days of Blockbuster. You TikTokers out there? You guys that don't know about Blockbuster, oh, you guys are dead to me. Dead.
But let me tell you a story of a time long ago where there used to be this store called Blockbuster. This used to be the glory days of cinema. You would just go into a store and you would just walk down the aisles of the horror section and you would just pick a movie solely based on the cover of that movie.
Maybe you would turn around, see a couple more pictures and read a short synopsis, but for the most part, you didn't watch the trailer, you had no idea about what the movie was about, you had no YouTube videos, breakdowns, you just went clean in, you saw the poster and you're like, I'm in. Those are the glory days, TikTokers, that you will never experience. Anyways, that is the only reason why I knew that this movie existed, and so Sam has always been lurking in the back of my mind, but I never quite wanted to watch it. I don't know why. This Halloween came around, I was like, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger. We're watching Trick or Treat. And you know what, guys? This movie lives up to the hype, bro. This movie is fantastic. I mean, where do I even start? Let's start here. I love horror, but even furthermore, I love anthology movies. Now, you guys know my favorite subgenre of horror is found footage. That is still king, but right below found footage, I mean, anthology is right there, dude. I love horror movies that have multiple stories in one and they interweave and they connect at the end. I love that shit, man. I love the whole VHS franchise. I love All Hallows Eve. Like, those movies are awesome. And now that I've seen this movie, I think this is the best anthology horror film out there, ever, period. I mean, am I wrong? Comment down below. Do you guys think Trick or Treat is the best anthology horror movie out there? I think it is, but I have obviously not seen all of them. I haven't seen Southbound. I've heard a lot of people say that one's a good one. Comment below if you've seen any other ones that I should watch, but from the ones I've seen, I think Trick or Treat is the best. In terms of the way they connect the stories, I think they do it the best. If we compare to like VHS, for example, I think VHS is scarier. There's more shock, terror in that movie, but they don't connect the stories in a logical, sensical way, if you get what I'm saying. And All Hallows Eve is also another fun anthology horror film that sprouted arguably a even more iconic character in horror, Art the Clown. I mean, as much as I love Sam, I mean, look at, I have an Art the Clown poster right here. I mean, Art the Clown is he's our generation's Freddy Krueger. I said it, man. But that movie still doesn't do as good of a job of connecting the stories all together like Trick or Treat. Dude, Trick or Treat finds that perfect balance of like horror, comedy, paying homage to like classic stories, keeping it like a fun Halloween movie, tradition vibes. Like, if you're gonna sit down and watch a Halloween movie with your family, you're not putting on VHS or All Hallows. I mean, you'd be sick. I would not show that to my family. Trick or Treat, let's do it. But let's dive into the story because I absolutely love it. Now, I'm not going to dive into the beginning too much because, you know, it's just the beginning. We can kind of skip forward to when the movie to me really starts, which is the principal storyline, which I think is a great way to start this movie and set the tone. So we see this kid like destroying jack-o'-lanterns and stealing candy, and then the principal, Stephen Wilkins, sees him stealing candy and then like sits down, lectures him, and then ends up killing the kid. And what's awesome about this short is that the whole time he has his kid in the background like yelling, and you think he's kind of like hiding this whole murder from his kid. And from the neighbor as well comes into play. But then later in the short, you see like the kid like, I want to build
jack-o'-lantern is being like really annoying.
And then after that, you see him and you think he's gonna like stab his own kid, and then he stabs the head of the kid he killed, and they're both like carving the jack, like the kid's in on it. That is a dark, twisted, like reveal twist of that mini short story. I thought that was great. But then we move on to the second storyline, which is the Halloween school bus massacre, and this one is such a vibe. I mean, first we have the 4 like trick-or-treaters that go to like the quarry where like the incident happened. That is all cool and dandy, but like when the story really gets cool is when they go into the urban legend of everything, the actual school bus massacre, and it's like told like with a narrative story where these resentful parents of these like seemingly mentally handicapped children bribe this bus driver to dispose of them, but before the driver could actually kill them, like one of the kids escapes and takes control of the bus and accidentally drives it off the cliff into the quarry, and then all the children drown, but the bus driver actually survives, and then no one hears from him again. Okay, so I thought that was a super creepy story, and on top of that, I love the color grading of this like whole scene. The color grading is fantastic and sets such a vibe and a tone to the film. But when we get back to the trick-or-treaters, we find out that the other kids played a prank on the girl, and she gets like really bad, so she kicks one of the jack-o'-lanterns and she leaves them, she like ditches them, and then the actual kids of like the bus massacre come to life and like kill the kids. That was a cool short story. I liked it. I think the highlight though is definitely the urban legend with the bus. Now we move on to Surprise Party, which is my personal favorite. So this story follows 4 girls that are going to this party, and it's very like vague about what they're gonna do, but they're all talking about this girl that's like her first time, and they need to find this boy and fresh meat, and you're just like, what is going on? And we then later find out that they're actually werewolves, and they're actually bringing these guys to feast on them. There are so many things that I like about this short. Let's start with 1, it subverts your expectations. I mean, you know, the classic story of Little Red Riding Hood, she turns out to be the actual werewolf, which is crazy because in Little Red Riding Hood, she's the one that says, oh, what big eyes you have, but in the movie, it's the vampire dude that says, oh, what big eyes you have, foreshadowing a little bit that they're gonna be paying homage to Little Red Riding Hood, only to later find out that she, in fact, is the werewolf. Dude, the werewolf transformation scene is the best werewolf transformation scene I've seen, period. I mean, to be fair, I have not seen American Werewolf in London, and I know a lot of people love that movie and they talk about it online and everything. However, from what I've seen, from the werewolf movies I have seen, bro, this takes the cake, man. The werewolf transformation scene is awesome in this movie. And you know what makes it better? You know what makes it an all-timer? Marilyn Manson's rendition of Sweet Dreams. Bro, that song is awesome, bro. First of all, Sweet Dreams, one of the best songs ever, period. But the remix, the rock and roll remix of that song, oh, it sets such a vibe. And I love it, bro. And then we see Sam in the background, which is actually the exact same pose of the Funko Pop that I just bought. So, oh, I can't wait to open it. However, that is my favorite scene of the movie, and it's also my favorite short story in the movie. So shout out to Surprise Party. That was the highlight of the film. But then we conclude with the story of Sam, where Krieg, an old Halloween hater, dresses up his dog to scare trick-or-treaters off his doorstep, and as the night proceeds, the front of his house gets egged, and the lawn is filled with jack-o'-lanterns, and the hallways and ceilings are scrawled with Halloween and Samhain greeting. Then Krieg is ambushed by Sam, and then they get into this epic battle between Sam and the old dude. Now here's the thing with this fight, although I do enjoy it, it kind of lowers Sam in my perspective because the allure of Sam and the mystery of Sam kind of keeps him creepy to me. But then here it's like, man, he's struggling to fight this old, weak, out of shape, drunk dude. Doesn't make him seem that terrifying and like intimidating. However, I do like how it ends and you see the door slam on its own, kind of hinting at some supernatural powers. I do like that, and I like when he's crawling and everything. It's still a cool battle. Do I like the look of Sam's like actual face? Not as much as I like him with his like hay bag mask over him. And the reason why Sam ends up leaving him alone is that Krieg gives him a piece of candy, completing the tradition of handing out candy on Halloween. Now I love how they connect this story to the Halloween school bus massacre, Massacre story, because at the end of this one, you see the photographs being burned in the fireplace that reveal Krieg being the school bus driver of the massacre. So in the end, you see a heavily bandaged Krieg giving out candy to trick-or-treaters, but at the end, he's greeted by the undead children from the bus who brutally tear him apart in retribution for their murder. I absolutely love that ending. That ending works for me, and it's almost like karma is like the subtle theme in this movie. And remember earlier when I said that this movie does a great job at connecting all the stories together? Well, in this short, the guy that the girl picks out to feast on, the werewolf, it's Stephen Wilkins, the principal, the guy that was doing all the naughty stuff in Halloween and earlier in the movie that killed the kid. He's the one that gets eaten alive by the werewolf, so it's almost like, yo man, karma's a bitch. Alright guys, so now I think the time has finally arrived. We gotta unbox Sam. Let's freaking do this thing.
I'm so excited for this. This is my first Funko Pop ever. My first action. I'm not a big action figure guy. This is gonna make me super nerdy, but I don't give a f. I simply don't give a f, mate.
Sorry I'm late. I just don't give a fuck.
I was worried about this earlier because I was like, what if this is not Sam? Because I'm like, the Funko Pop is like yay big. You know what I mean? Why are they giving me a box this big? But now that I'm opening it, there's a mini box inside. So I think this is it, guys. Oh god, this is it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, I'm gonna take him out of the box. So there you have it, guys. Sam is the first official member of my collection and a well-earned and well-deserved spot. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to comment down below. Are you guys a fan of Trick or Treat? Is Sam one of your favorite Halloween characters? Comment it down below. Leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.